Hey, what's up, y'all? It's popping this D. About to react to this vid by Funty Times. This is Fat Acceptance TikTok Cringe compilation. It says the thins always steal from fat people. Sure. Let's hear what they have to say in this comp. Let's watch.
Hi guys. So there's this stereotype and stigma when it comes to fat people about not being desired sexually or romantically. And this is a stereotype. I've talked about this before. I have talked about my active bedroom life. And like, for example, this week, 4 different guys. Next week, I've got 2 on the line. And like, when I talk about this, a lot of people are like, well, it's not right to brag about all these one-night stands you're having. And one thing that I don't think that people comprehend, because it goes along with the stigma that fat people are not desirable, is that all of these people that I saw this week and that I'm going to see next week are not one-night stands. These are guys who I have relations with, who I have seen more than 5 times before. So they are not one-night stands. Because guess what? People do come back to see fat people because we are desirable. So go unlearn your fat phobia. Thank you.
Wait, so let me get this straight. You're casually dating at least 6 different people? If you said you had 6 one-night stands, I could believe that. There's very little effort that goes into that. But saying that you are maintaining relationships with 6 different people makes significantly less sense. Maybe I'm just bad at managing my days, but seeing 6 different people at one time seems like it would take a lot of work. That must be all you're doing with your time and making these videos. Overall, this video gives me very 15-year-old boy vibes.
That's why I was making a face.
Like,
I fucked 4 people this week. I got 2 more on the line for next week. Like, girl, you trying real hard to convince us that you get some dick. Like, this is just odd for a grown woman or even grown man to speak like this. It's just like, okay, if this were true, why are you telling us? Like, who cares? Like, you trying really hard to prove this point. And yeah, like, it don't make sense. I'm sorry.
A cheerleader gave him a pity kiss on the cheek under the bleachers, but now he's fighting tooth and nail that he did, in fact, sleep with the entire cheerleading squad. Do you get what I'm saying?
This person says, my mom was just pointing out that the accessible stalls aren't really accessible since the toilet paper is almost always digging into larger people's legs. Yes, this is something that really bothers me too. Also, sometimes, sorry, my car is making like a really weird vibrating noise if you hear that. I'm not driving, I'm in a parking lot in the passenger side. But my car's humming. Anyway.
I don't understand.
Another thing about this that I hate is often the toilet paper holder will be either way too low or sometimes too high. Most often though, it's way too low. And for those of us who are disabled, we have to like crouch and reach under to grab toilet paper. And it's really difficult to get it out. And it's just not actually accessible. And I wish...
I'm thinking of all the public bathrooms I've been in. What? I'm trying to understand how this is possible. Even in the really small stalls, it's over here. How is your leg?
There was a better standard about where the toilet paper sits. Yeah, thanks for adding to this.
So now we're on to interior design complaints? Seriously?
I'm confused.
Look, I'll just say this. Nobody likes using public toilets. They suck for everyone. They smell, they're cramped, and half of them are out of paper towels. A toilet paper holder digging into your leg is a first world problem if I've ever heard one.
I ain't never heard that
before
in my life.
It's a first world problem. Just like struggling to get out of your car when you're parked in a parking lot, everyone struggles with it. It isn't fun, but if you leave your house ever, you gotta deal with it. I can't believe they just made this complaint with no irony whatsoever.
You're wrong. I think we need another adult pre-K lesson. What do you think? Okay, catch a bubble in your mouth. Turn your listening ears on. You. Good job. Today, we're going to learn about parasocial relationships. My good friend Kimmy Style taught me this lesson, and it's kind of spooky. A parasocial relationship is a one-sided relationship between someone who is a public figure and someone who is not, but treats that public figure like a close family friend. This can be dangerous and lead to stalking and harassment. I have very clear boundaries about this. I love making new friends on the internet, but you don't know me in real life, so you cannot ask me intimate, invasive questions about my life or my body. Understand?
A psych ward.
What?
You watched it 3 times?
What? I rewatched this video at least 3 times because I thought I kept blacking out halfway through and missed the connection between needing to be open to criticism and then parasocial relationships. But I didn't. This woman just took a complete left turn and instead of addressing the comment was like, "Why are you so obsessed with me?" Okay.
This person says, can we talk about how wearing
The way
shirts
she
3
was
times
talking,
your size
she's
is a
crazy,
trend
too.
and skinny people buying our clothes for this trendy style? Yes, we can talk about that. I've talked a little bit about it in regards to
Nigga,
thrift
I'm
stores,
wearing
how thin
oversized
people love to go to
t-shirts.
thrift
Oh,
stores,
I won't.
buy
I got
out
one
the
right
only,
now.
like 7 plus size items they have, and then go home and cut them down to these
I'm not
little,
a skinny
like,
person.
cute outfits or whatever. But they do this with regular stores too. This commenter in particular mentioned that this is happening a lot at Walmart, which is obviously a more affordable store. For fat folks,
Oh my
people my size,
God.
we can barely shop anywhere. I can maybe get things at like Torrid or Destination XL, but even that's very difficult.
Nigga, if I
And
want to
they also
buy
don't have bigger sizes in the stores, which is like a whole other video in and of
bigger
itself.
size shit, that's
And
what
so
I'm gonna do.
when
Are
thin
you really
people
complaining
who
about this?
literally can go to every store they want to go to and get at least something, choose to go to the plus size sections and purchase or take the plus size garments to use for their little thrifty remaking of clothes or transforming their clothing into pieces for their little like posh boutiques or what the fuck ever they do. All of this shit is super, super fucked up and super, super fat phobic. It's really, 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 really gross to me that thin people think that they are entitled to literally everything. They all get pissed off at us fat people and tell us to like figure out things for ourselves and make things
Is
for
he
ourselves,
trolling?
and then when we do, they take that too. Like, no, y'all can get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Anyway, thank you for adding to this conversation. Yeah, this is like a never-ending irritation for me that thin people who literally can go to any store and find at least something in their size choose to take sizes of clothing from those of us who have literally like.
Is he slow? Does he understand that the manufacturers of these clothes, they want to make profit, so they're going to continue making clothes for you? What are we talking about? You act like they're, once the skinny people come and buy these 3X shirts, that they're gone forever. They're going to keep making them for overweight people because there are so many overweight people, especially in America. What are we talking about? Are you running out of clothes to buy? Is Torrid not still in business? And Lane Bryant and these other people? I'm sure there are many others. Are they not still in business? They are. So what are we talking about?
Like 1 or 2 options, if we're lucky. I have friends who can't even shop in actual stores. Like, it's pretty fucked up that thin people are out here stealing all our shit too.
That's still there.
This person seems outraged by pretty much everything thin people do. Like, everything. The thing is, I could understand some plus-size people coming out and saying, hey, we have limited clothing options, so if you could not buy those clothes unless they're your size, that would be appreciated. And then it's up to other people if they choose to do that or not. But this person takes the simple act of buying plus-size clothing to create thrifty fashion projects and turns it into a huge fat-phobic slate against them.
He called that fat.
Then people buying plus-size clothes.
Then
Then people buying plus-size clothes isn't them taking or stealing anything from plus-size people. Plus-size people don't own exclusive rights to these clothes.
The fuck?
I don't know what else to tell you. It's not that deep. And have you considered that some thin people might be poor, and they could be using cheap fabric from thrift stores to further their hobby because buying fabric in other stores can be expensive? Just something to consider.
Remember when I said it's harmful to make videos that idolize your small waist? Just open any video on trends like that, and you'll see tons of comments like this. Comments of people very obviously wrestling with their own internalized fat phobia.
Whose fault is
All
that?
of these people are now body checking themselves and putting themselves down.
I saw Adele say something, and I thought it was real as fuck. She said, I'm not responsible for how you feel about yourself and your body. Bitch, this is my body. This is what the fuck I'm doing. This is what the fuck I'm saying. I'm adding that part in. I'm not responsible for how you choose to take that. That's on you. That's your own self-esteem, your own thought process. What the fuck they gotta do with me?
For not having the shape of the person in the video. And there's nothing wrong with posting, you know, fashion videos of your body and
Bitch,
you know, just videos where your body is present, videos of you working out, whatever. That's dope. But participating in trends where the entire point of the trend is look at my small little waist. Small little waists are the most attractive beauty
standard. So I can't live my life because you insecure.
Those videos are inherently harmful.
I think this is completely wrong, actually. Here's the thing. As much as people in the fat acceptance community hate the term flattering, it is just the fact that the way clothes fit on someone is related to how well it looks on their body. And when someone has a lot of excess body fat, there is a lot of variation in the way that that fat can sit on their bodies. For example, these 3 pictures. All of these women could be the same size, but they clearly have different fat distributions, so different clothes will be more flattering on one than the others.
Yeah,
I mention this because I actually think it's a good thing for plus-size fashion influencers to point out their small waists and hourglass shape, because people should know that the clothes that look good on someone with an hourglass shape may not look good on someone that is apple-shaped or pear-shaped.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I think it's disingenuous for a plus-size influencer to say, this is a plus-size clothing option and it'll look good on everyone, when they know it isn't true. So it's actually being ethical and responsible for an influencer to point out their body shape when advertising for fashionable options.
Thank you for taking the time to send this. Overweight, what does that mean? Over what weight? Whose weight? What decided weight?
The average weight, girl.
The BMI? The BMI chart? That's old.
It means over the healthy weight for your height and frame. And when most people say someone is overweight, it's based on looking at them and clearly seeing that they have excess body fat.
Yeah, you know.
But regardless, the BMI may be old, but there's a lot of old math formulas that we still use to this day. We don't just discard them. They don't have a shelf life where they need to be thrown out after a certain amount of time.
Yeah, they're not talking about no BMI.
And that formula cannot be racist. Don't even get me started on that. The BMI is not racist.
I don't care if she changed. I don't trust it. Get stronger, confidence boost, better G. I mean, she was good actually. I don't think she was bad at all.
And if you do want to exercise to look a certain way, there's also nothing wrong with that.
Thanks.
It's your reminder that it's okay and completely normal to gain weight. You survived a global pandemic. The least of your concerns should be your weight gain or the new stretch marks on your stomach. You are strong, you are powerful, you are capable and beautiful at any size. Do not forget it.
If you gain weight during the pandemic, that's not a good thing or a bad thing, really. Or it's not something you need to be ashamed of. But if you did gain a significant amount of weight, it may be a good idea to address it now that it's been 2 years since the pandemic began. Just ignoring it isn't the best way to go.
Okay, I agree with everything she was saying. I mean, everything she stated was facts. I don't even really have to add much to it because she covered everything. These people are crazy. Every time I see something about fat acceptance online, it's some fuck shit like this. I don't see anything positive about this body positivity, fat acceptance movement whatsoever. I'm sure there are some positive aspects to it. I think in general, people should accept the way that they look, no matter how they look or what size they are. But at the same time, you doing all this, it really just takes away from the movement. It takes away from the positivity in it because you worried about niggas taking shirts that you feel you're entitled to. And you worried about the stupid detail. Like, what are we talking about? All this stuff was just dumb. And this is the thing. This is very common, apparently, on TikTok, especially when it comes to the fat acceptance movement. And it's just like a whole bunch of people trying to feel better about themselves because they are insecure about the way they look. So they are coming with all this stupid shit to make themselves feel better and try to demonize everybody else. How you demonizing skinny people because they want to wear oversized shirts? I don't get this at all. I'm confused. If y'all could send me some positive things about this movement, that would be appreciated because I'm interested. I want to know, you know, what the other side is saying, because these people, they ain't making no fucking sense. Y'all let me know what y'all thought, though. Let me know what other videos you want me to watch, and I'll see y'all in the next one.